when you're in announcing, you always carry a backup. So I think somewhere along the paper trail, I might have lost my paper, but we're right on target. And Tom, congratulations. What a great speech, and appreciate all the class of 1969 coming to support you. Under the direction of Mr. Lee J. Bowman, with Head Majorette Miss Kimberly K. Horner, I proudly present the traditionally outstanding marching band, the Canton South Wildcat Marching Band. Now you notice I went like this. When I was a junior, I got a call to go down to Mr. Bowman's office, and I have no musical ability. Asked my wife Shannon, and I'm thinking, why am I going to Mr. Bowman's office? And he said, read this. And he decided to have a student announcer, just like George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life, and Clarence shows how your life touches others. He said, very good, but when you come to the most traditionally outstanding marching bands, do this. What's that? You go up, and then you hit the name of the band. So that's where that came from, and that was my first broadcasting coach. And after that season, Jim Johnson from WHBC did a Canton South game. I went down and said hello to him, and he ended up getting me into the radio station, which turned into a 23-year career. And it started with that job. I know that's one life of the many that have showed up tonight for Lee J. Bowman, including the gentleman who nominated him, Dr. David King. David? Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear this? Good evening. I'm going to change a little bit of what I was going to say, just because some of what I was going to say is already in your program. Some of the obvious things, Mr. Bowman went to Bowling Green University. There's a theme there, I think, Mr. Gabbard. He also got his master's degree from Dayton, the University of Dayton, about 20 years later. Dedicated professional. What you don't know, he's been married to Mary Lou, his wife, for 56 years. Congratulations. They have 3 children, Bo, Mark, and Carrie. Carrie will be speaking on his behalf this evening, and 6 wonderful grandchildren. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell some personal things and about my band experience and my experience with Mr. Bowman. And then I've got some things I'll read with some of our alumni that sent some information, some quotes, very similar to what you've heard today. I'll go off script a little bit. Everyone here, I'm pretty sure, is aware that Mr. Bowman was the band director here from 1967 to 2001. The band certainly was a source of pride for the community, for the school. He grew a band boosters program that became an army, sold fruits, bought uniforms, sent the band to multiple events. But mostly what Mr. Bowman did was his legacy is not brick and mortar. It's just not. It's in bone and marrow. He poured into people. Had an exceptionally high standard. You're going to hear a theme, I think, tonight, that individuals who pour into people, raise the standards, pull them along in excellence. Excellence was not a goal for Mr. Bowman, it was the standard. He didn't apologize. It was the standard. He gave countless hours of his times. We had rehearsals, all-day rehearsals in the summer. Band rehearsal started after school. It lasted until or after dark. The band learned new shows for virtually every weekend, memorized all of the music. Can you imagine that today? I will tell you the Ohio State University Band still does that.
but that's probably the last band in the country that does. His bands were invited to go to the Cherry Blossom Festival that multiple times, went to Disney World. But perhaps the crown jewel was in 1977 when the band auditioned and made the trip to Macy's. I just Googled this last night because I thought, how big of a deal was that?
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. It was a big deal. If you Google it, since 1977 to 2002, there are 10 high school bands that are selected per year by audition. If you take away the 2 COVID years, that's 430 years. I think my Trump Elementary School education, 2nd grade teacher, Mrs. Brothers, would agree with that. So that's, if you look at that, that's over 400 high schools since 1977. In that time, 14 schools from the state of Ohio have been selected. None of those schools have been the feature band. The feature band is chosen from the 10 who auditioned and were selected. The feature band spends the next day and opens Macy's. So the Canton South, Lee, your Canton South band is the only Ohio band that has opened for Macy's in 45 years. That's quite an honor. Lee was quite a developer of students. I mean, I see other band members here now that I'm up here. He saw you. He heard you. He felt you. That's a sign of a real leader. He saw you. He heard you. He felt you. He became interested in your life. He gave excellent advice. He held you accountable and then helped you to reestablish yourself and to move on in the proper way. So I would ask this, if you were a band member, would you please stand? Please stand. Mr. Bowman, this is your brick and mortar, right here. These people who you've poured your life into, you've changed their lives. I had the opportunity to go on the, you can be seated now, at ease. How's that? So I had the opportunity to have someone post on the alumni band Facebook page and give opportunity for people to make comments. We have countless comments. I've copied those and I'll share those with you. But tonight, if I may, I just want to share a few of those comments with you folks. And we'll end with that. I think probably the kindest thing I could say about Mr. Bowman is that after 63 years, I count him as one of the 5 most influential men in my life. Jim Breck Bueller. Thank you for always believing in me and pushing me to do my best. Erica Knowles. Mr. Bowman, not only did you teach us band skills, but we've learned life skills as well, like right versus left. Valerie Williams. You critique the little things because they all create the big things. You taught us about life. You talked to us. You laughed with us. Rebecca Silva. One of my most influential leaders who deeply instilled the quality of hard work, dedication to excellence, and pride in a job well done. I'm so grateful for his leadership and lessons which still impact me daily. Here's to one of Ohio's traditionally outstanding marching bands and one of Ohio's best directors, Juanita Strong Finley. Well said, Juanita. And I think we'll end with that. So, Carrie, would you like to come up? And we would invite to the podium Carrie Herrick to give Mr. Bowman, on behalf of Mr. Bowman, to give his acceptance speech.
evening. I'm Carrie. I am Queen's daughter. I am also a Canton South grad, class of 1989. I know I have some fellow classmates here tonight. I will be speaking on behalf of my dad. My dad is honored to be here with everyone tonight. Many people made it possible for him to earn this recognition. He was fortunate to have a generous Board of Education, a very supportive administration, including Mr. Jolliffe, a supportive community, and a dedicated and strong Band Boosters organization. He was also fortunate to work with very committed instrumental music educators in the middle school and junior high school levels that set the stage for the music program district-wide. As a result, he knew incoming students would be well prepared and ready for the demands of the high school band program. Thank you, Mr. Viviano, who is here with us tonight, hiding behind the curtain. Finally, none of this would be possible without the students. The commitment, perseverance, and dedication of the students, in addition to the people mentioned, helped my dad build an organization creating memories and instilling lessons, life lessons for everyone involved. In closing, he would like to thank his wife, Mary Lou, for her patience and support over the years, David King for his nomination into the Canton South Hall of Distinction, and the family and friends who have come to share this honor with them tonight. Thank you all. My dad is grateful to be receiving this recognition and award.
Thank you. I'll be very important. The instrumental music program. Oh, by the way, my speech is not real clear, so just kind of for the guy. The band program, we'll call it, is a great one to be in. And those students that make up the band program every year are very important people. And they all work for achievement. That's what's important about a band. It builds you. It supports you. It is you, in essence, as a band member. All my students I have enjoyed so thoroughly. It doesn't matter what their name was or what they had accomplished. The idea was to get better, to work hard at your craft. The harder you work at your craft, the better you get. It just works that way. Band is not all work or play. For example, we'll go back to that Macy's trip in 1977. Seems so long ago now. We had a great time, but the cost of that great time was work hard. You'll be rewarded. That 77 trip had its points of scaredness and laughter. Don King, who was my booster president, Don was a gem. He was sent on a mission. He always did it, always cared. He and I, one day, thought, well, if we bring the band up here, we've got to have some entertainment after what's going on. Don and I decided to get real gallant. And we went to the top of Macy's, the building. And it was about 11:30, 12 a.m. This is in the morning. And he and I took elevators, didn't pay much time to what's going on about us. We ended up at the top of Macy's in what was called the cage room. And the cage room is where Macy's keeps all their production staff material. Balloons, as you see every Thanksgiving Day, and so forth. He and I was in this huge room where these balloons were not yet deflated. They were huge, folks, just huge. But what an experience we had, he and I, trying to find our way out of Macy's. That's a different story. Because we would look 2 doors down to the boss elevator, and we saw some pretty tough customers. They were working at Macy's, at least we couldn't understand that. What a place, what a place. Phenomenal. Goes way back to all of our childhoods. Also at Macy's, at 3 a.m., Mr. King and the counterparts that were working there with us in terms of producing things. 3 a.m. in the morning, rehearsal time, out on the street, 34th Street I can't think of the other street it was, but anyway. We got our rehearsal in. It was all live in the middle of the night. And we got past our rehearsal time. And we were all standing at the end waiting to get back to the building. And someone said, Mr. Bowman, come over here. And the ladies of the night. You go out loud, go ahead. I don't feel better. The ladies of the night were free nosy. One more dollar, one more. Yeah. Took a walk into Central Park. And there was a guy sitting on this bench in Central Park. I never saw a person look so rough and tough in my life. Scared the hell out of me. But made it through. Part of our experience is life. Well cared for. Well protected. As organizations like you. So where else do I want to go? Are you mad at me?
I thought I came up to talk for you.
Really?
I would have stayed in my seat had I known you had so much to say.
I'm just about done, yes. To give you an example of what a good band is entitled to, it's like the Cherry Blossom Festival Parade, here I mentioned, the Florida trips. It just didn't happen. It required dedication. Dedication from person 1 to person 101. What an experience to take the band into the chambers themselves in the Capitol building. Beautiful. It's one beautiful place. And it's the center of our activity today. Maybe I'm perfect, I don't know. But you have to keep hoping and praying. Then it gets better. Yeah, a lot of experiences. I wouldn't trade one of them for anything. The students were great learners. Great learners. They did the job. I'm proud of their always. You want me to stop? We did discuss this. Okay, am I
Congratulations, Mr. Bowman. I can remember the fundraising effort to get to Macy's and the work that went in by the Band Boosters, Mr. King. They sold these things called biniers. They were these little fluorescent things that when you open your mailbox, it popped out so you knew your mail was there. I think there's still 2